I have wanted to create this video for you all since I first started my YouTube channel back in 2015. In fact, my first ever YouTube video was what this will be. A curtain drawn back to the real me. Something I posted publicly back on day one when Wheelassassin was first born. It's just that back then, I didn't have the know-how, I didn't have the confidence, and I definitely didn't have the self-esteem. If that video had been kept online, can you imagine? Besides it being embarrassing, and probably incredibly cringy, considering, you know, this was my voice back then.
Resident Evil 7, it's a demo.
It would for so many reasons have been the wrong time to post it. It would have gone nowhere. I would have gone nowhere. And you know what? What's saddest of all? Wheelassassin would have died on day one. I never for one moment expected Wheelassassin to be everything that it has become. I never anticipated for 1 second that the literal gamer tag originally created by my dad would hold absolutely everything that it does today. And from the outside, you know, Wheelassassin is just another gaming YouTube channel, but it is not that to me. It is so much more, and this video will explain everything. To understand why Wheelassassin became my lifeline, my escape, my identity, my second chance at it all. And to find out why all of this, we must go back to where it all truly began, to the very beginning. Gaming has and will always be an emotional outlet for me. Ever since I first started playing on my dad's PlayStation 1. But gaming played an even bigger and more vital role in my life as I became an 8-year-old. An 8-year-old child diagnosed with one of the rarest diseases and cancers in the entire world. I became a child burdened by the weights of uncertainty, drowning in the anxieties of it all, the future, and what it would hold for me now. I went from being a healthy, sporty kid to a very seriously poorly one, basically over an afternoon. Life really flipped on its head at incredible speeds. By the age of 10, I was struggling both mentally and physically, confined to a wheelchair and in and out of hospital almost every single week, overwhelmed by the fears of life-changing surgery and the possibility of having to have an amputation. I didn't feel like the 10-year-old I was supposed to be. I felt like a burden. And truth be told, I didn't want to be here anymore. I had my family, and that was it. But thank goodness I did, because they put me through counselling. And these talking sessions that I attended weekly for about a year or so really did save my life. Now, if you don't mind, Assassins, we're actually going to fast forward through 2015. It was the height of puberty. It was a time when I thought this hairstyle, if you can even call it that, was a good idea. Come on though, you could tell I was depressed. But 2015, and almost to the origins of Wheelassassin. Now a 14-year-old secondary school student, being bullied by teachers and students alike for being, well, me. Spring had come around once again and school had broken up for the holidays. I was excited. My friend had invited me over to his house and we were going to go in the garden and play on his brand new trampoline. Now, as you can imagine, being someone already severely disabled, this was definitely not going to end well. Well, I tried this trampoline and yeah, you probably guessed it already. My bad leg snapped in two. I was rushed to the hospital for an emergency repositioning surgery, and due to the severity of the damage done, doctors told me I'd never ever walk again. But you know what? I actually didn't care that much. Breaking my leg that badly gave me an opportunity to leave the hellscape that was my secondary school, to close the door on the bullying, and to start fresh. Well, you know, as fresh as could be given the situation. Leaving school sounds great, doesn't it? But it wasn't as blissful as it sounds. I was in immense pain, dosed up on incredibly strong medications, and confined to this, a hospital bed in my family living room. For the first few long months, I wasn't able to leave the bed at all. I couldn't go outside, and I couldn't even get to the toilet. Day by day, I felt more and more distant from reality. And once again, gaming became a place of escapism for me. My dad had set up a TV next to my hospital bed, so I could still continue gaming when I could. Between my homeschool work and resting, I would play Rainbow Six Siege, Destiny 1, and of course Minecraft. I was really sweaty on Siege, dude. I was like level 150 in year 1. And that was back in the days where XP was so much harder to get as well. So being such a high level was not at all normal. But it was here that Wheelassassin became known to the world. I signed up to YouTube and made a channel. What pushed me to do it, I hear you ask? Truth be told, I honestly don't know. I mean, the first video, like I said before I quickly deleted it, was a faced introduction video, explaining what the channel was going to be about. Siege content. It was embarrassing. And as I said, it would have been the death of Wheelassassin before it had even been born. After some words with my parents about the reckless YouTube video, I mean, I literally showed the entire hospital bed, the living room, my TV, my damaged leg, the garden outside, and everything in between. I basically doxed myself. It was horrific. So yeah, as you can imagine, I deleted that video and I started using the channel for faceless siege content. Kill montages is what I called them. Best bits and basically just sweaty gameplay. Some of you OGs actually might remember some of those terrible taglines I used to add to them as well. My channel's intentions then shifted from trying to grow a gaming channel to just using YouTube as a free video storage platform. Basically to save all these kill clips too so I could show them off to my friends. The very few I did have. I use YouTube like a free online video archive, which is actually pretty funny to say nowadays, you know, being 16,000 subscribers up, 3 million channel views up, and having been active for over a decade. Anyways, I posted these siege montages publicly, and some of them started to gain some traction. It was only a few views, and when I say a view, I mean like 20 to 30 people max. But you know what? I thought that was awesome. It wasn't every video, but it was some. And some views kept me going, motivated me to post the next one. It was something to do, something that kept me busy during a time of immense pain and isolation. It became a therapeutic thing for me. I enjoyed making them, and I felt as though I had purpose posting them. Over the first few years of the channel, Wheelassassin didn't really go anywhere special. I did post the odd standout video, and what is now my channel's oldest public video, that regretful Resident Evil 7 demo video. The voice, man, it's crazy.
Well, they're sharp nails.
As I mentioned though, I was running the channel alongside my homeschooling studies, so I had to put it on the back burner for a while. I was still posting when I could, but my main focus became getting back on my feet and getting as many qualifications as I possibly could. 2018. I was 17 years old at this point. During the months of studying that led up to my GCSEs, I started posting with Wheelassassin again. This time around though, I was actually making proper videos with intros and outros. I felt like a real YouTuber. But, you know, just know this. I never said they were good intros or outros, nor did I ever say they were good videos.
Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back to another Wheelassassin video.
This was a stressful time in my life once again. I mean, learning GCSE coursework isn't fun for any student, but being one still overcoming a healing cancerous leg was harsh work. And once again, I found comfort in recording videos. And it was at this period that what we know of Wheelassassin today first started to take shape. So how did you actually get into Minecraft tutorials? It's a very good question. Well, you see, I'd always had a soft spot for Minecraft in general, so there was always going to be that underlying passion for the game. But becoming a tutorial YouTuber, it was a weird one. Let me explain. If I'm being honest with you all, which I always aim to do, tutorial creating kind of came out of the blue. And don't get me wrong, I did have my own favourite Minecraft YouTubers that I grew up with, you know, which inspired me to create, but I just never thought about making Minecraft content of my own. I just decided randomly one day that I'd try it out. And yeah, the rest is history, man. My first ever Minecraft tutorial ended up being the Friends Central Perk Cafe, which you can actually still find on the channel today. However, it does need a remaster. It is in desperate need of a remaster. I was building my tutorial earlier to build this one behind me, and oh my days, I was awful. But we all gotta start somewhere, haven't we? But yeah, this tutorial, this two-part video, basically blew up. Or at least blew up for my channel standards at the time. 300 views in only a few weeks. I thought to myself, wow, I actually loved making that, and it actually did so well. So I started posting more builds, all sorts of things. Movie character tutorials, Disney tutorials, specifically Toy Story ones for the fourth movie's release. That was insane. House tutorials. I actually built an entire mansion and it became like my 300 subscriber special. Insane. And then I found my mark. And that mark were Stranger Things tutorials. You wouldn't believe me if I told you today, but I didn't actually like Stranger Things the first time I tried to watch it, which is pretty hilarious considering, you know, everything now, but yeah. When I did eventually give it another watch, I absolutely fell in love with it. And of course, I had to bring some of that love to the channel and build something from the show. My first famous Minecraft tutorial. Hopper's police truck. A build that means so much to me today. And that video truly did blow up. Over 1,000 views in about 2 weeks. I was thrilled. I was absolutely over the moon. I knew Minecraft tutorials were becoming the backbone of my channel, and so I started letting go of the cringy siege content. The more tutorials I made, the more the channel grew, and I felt as though I was finally becoming someone within myself that I actually saw as cool. I was so proud of this digital work, and it made me so incredibly happy, and still does to this day, to see how happy the builds and videos make you all too. In the very beginning of this new Minecraft venture, I would join other Minecraft YouTubers' live streams and I would just try and pick up kind of tips and tricks from them really, just to see what they did with their audience. It wasn't about being the best for me, I just didn't want to let anyone down. So I tried my absolute hardest to learn new ways of doing things so I could bring you the best possible content I had to offer. When I first started out, I edited all of my content on Share Factory. And that's the PlayStation's built-in editing software. I was no professional. I didn't have a fancy mic. I had a PlayStation, a controller, and a 20 quid Turtle Beach headset. Oh, and a TV, of course. But that was my whole setup. Nothing fancy, but it did the job. And I was very grateful for that. Making tutorials was therapeutic. During the planning process, I'd literally just sit there with my headphones on and just sink into my own little world. I wasn't thinking about the traumatic hospital appointments. I wasn't thinking about my cancer. I was thinking about the assassinhood and how I could make you guys happy. I was so full of excitement, passion, and drive. Actually, when you watch that first ever tutorial, the Friends Central Perk Cafe, you'll hear two things. How loud my PlayStation fan was, because my god, that thing was insanely loud. But secondly, you'll hear how nervous I was to record it.
Is it Central Perk?
And at the time of recording that video, I had just 2 friends. I lacked all confidence in myself. I had zero self-esteem, and I was just lost in this world, to be honest with you. Being Wheelassassin had given me a purpose, and something to work toward, to be honest. And that thing to work toward, was actually a stronger, more confident, world-ready me. 2019. Now 18 years old and being paid as a YouTuber. Albeit not a lot, but you know what? Not a lot's still something, isn't it? It was technically my first paid job. And I was very proud. I actually remember the first thing I ever bought with my first paycheck as well. It was the Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts Great Hall set. An absolute classic. So cool. I think I still have it somewhere, you know. I hope I do. I'm gonna have to rebuild it. Anyways, back to the wheel story. So now with me being 18, it was time to go up to college. Or at least it should have been. I went up to the open day and I realised that every single bully I'd had the pleasure of going to school with was also going to the same college. The college most convenient to me in my town. And it may sound stupid to say out loud, but I came out of there just worrying. I was an 18-year-old, someone now considered an adult by law. But that didn't matter. The scars these people had left me with didn't just heal overnight. It left its mark, and I didn't want college to be an invitation to open the shut doors from school. The only reason I wanted to go to college was to study this uniform public services course, with the hopes of one day becoming a counter-terrorism police officer. Detective Wheel. Has a cool ring to it. But to be honest, this course wasn't suited for someone with my disability. It was pretty inaccessible, but I chose it anyways. And with those bullies being there too, it would have been an even worse hellscape than school was. I came out of there and I said to my parents, I just didn't want to go. I wanted to focus on getting as many diplomas as I could from home and try to continue with this small paid passion that was Wheelassassin. Honestly, thank God I have the parents I do, because they were all for it. I was still in and out of hospital with my cancer anyways, so being at home and continuing to learn and basically sort of work was probably for the best. And so that's what I did. I think my parents could see the difference Wheelassassin was making in me. I was becoming much more comfortable talking to people. I was a lot happier in myself. And although I still had this cancer and disease, I was overall doing quite good. I continued with diploma studies at home and made tutorials in my free time. The balance I had in my life at this point was actually really good, but that sadly wasn't to last. In 2021, the year after the pandemic, my family and I were evicted from our home for nothing more than just greed. Our landlord was selling our house beneath us, only because the market was booming, and so we had no choice but to leave. And this devastated my family. Where are we to live? House prices were insanely high, and it was difficult enough trying to find the house we were in, let alone another one of the same size to fit us all. As the fears of homelessness grew, the world around us became a lot darker. My parents definitely struggled most. They'd felt they'd failed as parents, which of course was not the case, but it took a hugely traumatic toll on my entire family. During this time of uncertainty, I was still posting videos. I was still streaming with you guys when I could. I didn't want it to affect the channel at all because, after all, what we built here was an escape from the harshness of reality. Not just for me, but for all of us. Building for or with you was peaceful in a time of absolute hell for me. Once again, the assassinhood, Wheelassassin, was there for me when I needed it most. Luckily for us, my mum did find a house for us all to move into, and that's where we'd live and try to recuperate for the next 4 years, before the same exact landlord fate would come of us once again. But it was during these years at this new place that the confidence I'd built through Wheelassassin would start to show up in reality. I'd go on to get my first acting job, just a little extra role in a true crime drama called The Gold. Then another few years would pass, and a show would come around called Borders, and acting kind of took off from there really. I'll be real with you all, during the first few years at this new place, I did not enjoy spending time at home. The atmosphere was rough, our family had been through so much already, and the more strain we were taking from the outside world, the more our family bubble was bursting. Life was hard for us all. My parents were on antidepressants, my sister was really struggling with her mental health. I ended up back in therapy, and my brothers just pushed on as best as they could. Acting jobs came and went, and these little outings for work helped me so much. But at home, Wheelassassin and the assassinhood was all I had, and once again, it helped keep me busy and distracted me to pull through. This is really where streaming came into its own for me. I'd been streaming on and off with the channel for a few years now, but it was during this time of immense hardship that I really felt thankful to have you guys. The stream chats, talking about random stuff, and all of us creating a safe space for chat made life a lot more easier in those harsh moments. I guess it was this point where I realised how much Wheelassassin truly meant to me. It wasn't just a gaming channel anymore. It was an anchor for my mental health. Through the years living at this in-between house, I guess you could say, my family and I did start to recover mentally. And thank goodness, because when we were told about being evicted for the second time, due to selling once again, none of us actually cared that much. It was a case of, well, we've done this once, we can definitely do it again. And that we did. My mum, after an extensive search, found another house, and that is where we are happily living today. I started Wheelassassin at the age of 14. Bedbound, unconfident, lacking in self-esteem, feeling lost and alone in this world. I'm now 24 years old, with over 17 diplomas and certificates, a film, 5 TV shows, a music video for one of my favourite bands, a YouTube series for a multi-million subscriber YouTube channel for what is probably the most famous toy brand in history, over 3 million of my own channel views, a BBC radio interview, a BBC News interview, and more all under my belt. Not literally, because that would be a little bit odd, wouldn't it? And finally, an entire community of my own. It might be a cliche to say, but I'm gonna say it anyways. All of these achievements happened because of you all, and I truly mean that. I'm not stuck wallowing in self-pity because you all gave me a chance. You allowed for me to be myself, to build upon myself, to learn from myself, and become the man I am today. I'm not some famous guy. I never meant for YouTube to make me into one, but all of you finding me from the depths of the internet and supporting me from all the corners of the world made me the man I'd always hoped I could become. A man 14-year-old me could only have dreamed of being. Whenever times got tough for me, through the moments of my cancer story, the evictions, almost losing my mum, losing a friend to cancer, and the list goes on, I picked up my controller and you guys were always here for me. When I say I'm indebted to you all, I truly do mean it. You all saved my world more times than you'll ever know, and you continue to do so. You inspire me, push me to new heights every single day, and I want to do better to make you proud. I will never not be grateful for what we've built here, what Wheelassassin has become, and what it's led me to achieve. Now this all sounds like I'm building to some massive goodbye, doesn't it? But hell no, I'm not going anywhere. Wheelassassin is a massive part of me. It always will be, and I don't have any plans to ever quit creating. But I am building to something. You guys showed me how to use my voice. You helped me find my confidence, my esteem, and you taught me how to advocate for myself. All so that I could build something I'd always wanted to, but never would be able to in Minecraft. If I had a superhero disguise, Wheelassassin would be it. But it's now time for you all to meet my Bruce Wayne. The real me. The wheel me.
Hello there, Assassins. Welcome back to another Wheelassassin guide.